Hello everyone, it's Rebecca from Chloe's Creative Cards, and today I'm going to show you how to make this lovely floral birthday card. Okay, so to get started, I have taken an 8x8 inch card blank. I've then taken a sheet of printed paper from the Leafy Lace paper pad, and I've just chosen this kind of pink colour. So I'm going to use the darker side, and I'm just going to stick that onto my card using some Collal all-purpose glue. So I'm just going to apply some to the back, like so. And then I'm going to stick that onto my card. Okay, I've then taken a piece of paper pattern paper from the Flower Power paper pad, and I've chosen this pink design. And I'm going to edge that using some Crystallina glitter. So I'm just going to bring in some scrap paper and my chisel tip glue pen. And then I'm just going to drag the chisel tip towards me, just to apply a straight edge of glue all the way around. And then I'm going to bring in my Crystallina glitter. And I'm just going to cover that where I've just applied all of that glue. Like so. Okay, and then I'm going to stick that onto my card using some foam pads. I'm going to use some 2mm foam pads this time. I like to kind of use sort of a range of a mixture of 2mm and 3mm. Just to kind of give the varying heights on the cards that I make. Just grab a couple more. Stick those on. Okay, I'm just going to peel off the backs. Like so. And then I'm just going to stick this onto my card, like so. Okay, I've then taken another sheet of paper from the same paper pad, and I've chosen this green and pink floral design this time. And again, I'm going to stick that on using foam pads. I'm going to use 3mm this time. I'm just going to peel off the backs of those. Like so. I'm going to stick that into the centre. Then trim down a piece of rose quartz. No, I need this one first, sorry. I've then trimmed down a piece of that same pink from the Leafy Lace paper pad. I'm going to stick that onto there. I'm just going to stick that on flat once I've stamped my sentiments. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dust over the centre with an anti-static rag, and I'm going to take my sentiment from the birthday frame set, and I'm going to ink that up with some Wow clear embossing ink. Okay, and then I'm just going to stamp that as best I can in the centre. I do apologise if you see the top of my head. Trying to do it without. I'll just stamp that down there. Okay. Bring in some scrap paper again. I'm just going to cover that with some opaque bright white wow powder. That's a bit of a mouthful. Okay. I'm just going to heat that up. Okay, and then I'm just going to leave that to the side just to flatten out a little bit. Now, when you are heating the paper, it does generally tend to have a little bit of a warp once you've heated it. But if you just sort of leave it for a little while to cool down, it will flatten back out. So I'm just going to leave that to the side for now. And I'm going to bring in the rose quartz piece that I mentioned before. So I've trimmed that one down, and I am then going to cut an oval out of the centre. So I'm going to bring in our brand new scalloped and pierced oval dies, and I'm going to take this one here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the edge, 6th die, and I'm going to place that into the centre. And then I'm going to stick that down with some low tack tape, like so. Okay, and then I'm going to run that through my Gemini. So I'm going to get my base plate, plastic shim, die cut side up, cardstock and top plate. I'm just going to run that through. From there. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm then going to take one of our brand new, these are coming soon, it's a very sneaky peek, embossing folders, and this is kind of a lovely dotty pattern, and I'm going to pop that, just going to check which way it needs to go. Needs to go that way, so I'm going to pop that into my folder, like so, and then I'm going to run that through my Gemini. So this time I'm going to take my base plate and put my folder in, and I'm going to put my clear plate on the top and run that through my Gemini machine. Just wait for that to come out the other side. At that beautiful pattern we've created a little frame with now. Perfect. Okay, so move those out of the way. Okay, and I'm just going to get this one ready. So I'm going to create a little frame on top. So I'm going to take back that same die which cut out our aperture, and I'm going to take the scallop die that's slightly larger. Okay. I'm then going to bring in a piece of that paper, a printed paper from the leafy lace pad, and I'm just going to line these up together. Okay, it does take a bit of sort of fiddling around, just as best you can to get those lined up. I'm just going to tape that down using some low tack tape, and then I'll bring my Gemini plates in again. So base plate, plastic shim, dies cut side up, paper stock or cardstock, and then clear plate on the top, and then run that through the machine. Okay, and then we'll carefully just remove that. Really carefully, and we've got that lovely scallop frame. Okay. Just pop these dies back away. Okay, then I'm going to bring in that lovely embossed pink piece that we've just done. Flip over my frame, and I'm just going to apply a thin line of glue all the way around the frame. Like so. And then we're just going to stick that over that lovely aperture. Spending a little bit of time just to get it into the perfect position. going to flip that over, and then I'm going to take some 3mm foam pads, and I'm just going to apply these all around the frame. Grab some more. Again, and then I'm just going to trim some to fit into those thinner areas, like so. Then okay. Then I'm going to bring back in my card, and I'm going to stick this piece on using some Collal all-purpose glue. Like so. Okay. I'm just going to stick that into the centre. Just maneuver that into place. Okay. I'm going to peel off the backs of all of the foam pads. So, and then I am going to stand up to these. I will try and not get my head in. I do apologise if I do. I'm just going to stick that over the top and carefully press that down. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we're then going to start creating our flowers to go on our card. Okay, so I have taken a sheet of the watercolour wash as well, and again I'm just going to fold it over. So I'm going to fold it and crease, fold it again and crease, and fold it again and crease. Okay, and then I'm going to take my flowers from my flower power set. So I'm going to take the largest one and take that into position. And then I'm going to take my medium one into position as well. I'm just going to run these through at the moment. I'm not going to run the small one through at the minute. So we need 6 large and 6 medium. So I'm just going to run those through our machine. I have pre-done some of these, so I'm not going to cut out the full amount. I'm just going to show you sort of how to cut them and how to emboss them. So I'll just remove these from the die. There we go. One. Okay, so you can see that I've then got 4 large and I've got 4 medium as well. Okay, again you need 6 of each, so 6 large and 6 medium to create the flowers that we're going to create for this card. As I've got some pre-done, I'm just going to show you with the ones that I've now got cut. Okay, so I'm then going to bring in my stamps, and I'm going to take one of the designs in the largest size. I'm just going to give the largest flowers a dust over with an anti-static bag, and then I'm going to ink up that stamp. I'm going to position it now. This might be best on a scrap piece of paper with them being pink, and our lovely mats being pink as well. I'm just going to position those over the petals and stamp. Now with these, it doesn't matter if you go a little bit wrong. If you kind of go a little bit off centre, you're not really going to notice when you make up the blooms. But as best we can, stamp down. Again, ink up. stamp. And last one. And stamp. Okay, now you just repeat the process for the medium ones as well, using the medium flower stamp centre. Then I am going to heat emboss these with some opaque bright white. So I'm just going to bring in my tweezers just to hold at the corner, sprinkle over the powder and tap off. Again, sprinkle over, tap off, sprinkle and tap. Again, sprinkle and tap. Okay, I'm just going to bring these in and heat them. And then you can see, if I look, you can see that that flower is all lovely and embossed in the centre. So we've got that lovely floral centre. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little blob of glue just to the edge of each of the kind of stamen bits in the flower. I'm just going to add a tiny blob of glue. And then I'm going to take our pink rose Sparkelicious glitter. I'm just going to hold that at the corner and just sprinkle that over. See that beautiful pink glitter. Okay, and then you see you've got that lovely glittery flower. So I would just do all the flowers, glitter them up and then leave them to dry for a little while. So I'll bring in the ones that I've done earlier that are all nice and dry. Okay, so you can see we've got our lovely flowers. I've already made some up, so I've got 3 small, made up a small one and a large one. Now all I've then gone and done is I've taken some picked raspberry Distress Oxide and used one of our blending brushes, and I've just applied a small amount of ink just to the centre of each flower, just like so, just adding a little bit of extra colour to the centres. Okay, so then to lay them up, what I've done is I've created a mountain fold in each petal. So I'm just going to create those folds, like so. Some of the glitter will sort of ping off when you are shaping them, that's not a problem at all. I'm just going to bend up the centre of this one as well. And again, just create a mountain fold, all of the petals. And another. I'm just going to pull that one up at the centre a little bit. Okay. Then I'm going to grab some dry as clear glue and I'm going to add a blob to the centre. I'm going to pop on another one and I'm just going to kind of hold it into place just with my tweezers, just for that glue to grab a little bit. Then another blob and I'm going to add on my last layer. We're kind of using 3 flowers to create one big bloom. Again, just holding that in the centre, just for that glue to grab. Okay, I'm going to do the same with the medium-sized flower. So just a mountain fold in each of the petals. So I'm just going to bend these ones at the centre. Blob of glue offset the petals and stick. Blob of glue. And stick. There we go, and they've got those lovely full flowers. Okay, so I'm then going to bring in our card again, and I'm going to bring in some pin flare glue, and we're just going to arrange these flowers on the card. So I'm going to take one large and stick it at the top. I'm going to take the other large and stick it at the bottom corner, and take a small and stick that one there, and the other medium one and stick it here. Okay, we've got our lovely flowers on our card then. So what we're going to do next is we're going to create the foliage. I'm just going to tap off that excess glitter. Okay, so I'm going to bring in our swirly foliage. So here's our swirly foliage dies, and I'm going to bring in some white cardstock. And I'm just going to stick these on with some low tack tape. I'll just stick these onto here. Okay, and then I'm going to run these through our Gemini machine. So again, with them being a little bit more detailed, I'm going to use my base flame, plastic shim, magnetic shim, die cut side up, cardstock and clear plate on the top. I feel like I'm already very, very glittery. Okay, just wait for that to come out. Okay. Just going to run those through one more time. Just with those little swirls, it just helps them to release a little bit easier. I'll just wait for that to come out. Excellent, and then we'll just peel those out. Just release those from the die. Like so. Just being careful with those little swirls. Okay, and the other one. So, and then I'm just going to run those through one more time. Just release these from the die. Like so, as I say, just being careful with those little swirls. Don't want to chop it off. And the last one. Okay. There we go. And then all we're going to do now is I'm going to apply some of the Shabby Shutters Distress Oxide, and I'm just going to carefully apply a little bit of colour to these leaves and swirls. Like so. There we go. And these ones. Okay, then we're going to start to get these tucked in behind our flowers. So that was our original card. I'm just going to tuck them in on our card that we've just created. So I'm going to use some pin flare glue. And I'm just going to pop a blob onto the back. And again, carefully just tuck those behind the flowers. Like so. Okay, then what I've done is I have cut out a few of the smaller flowers, and I've cut these out from the watercolour washes of Vellum again, but I haven't stamped onto them this time. Okay, so I'm just going to show you now how I did those. So again, just use what was left of that watercolour washes Vellum. I'm just going to take that smallest die, pop it on, and then I'm going to run it through my machine. And I'll just pop that in there and run it through. We need 4 of these little flowers. Just wait for that to go. And pop those out, and then we've got lots of lovely little dinky flowers. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull these up to the centre. So I'm not going to stamp onto these ones, I'm just shaping them a little bit by pulling them up at the centre. Like I said, we need 4 for this card. Any extras are perfect for kind of putting in a box and then using them as and when you need a little filler on a card. Okay, then I'm just going to add a blob of dry clear glue, like so, and then just stick those on, just as and where you think a little flower might need to go. Like so. Okay, then I'm going to take our sparklers, and I'm going to take 2 of the 12mm ones, and I'm going to take 2 of the 10mm ones, and these are going to go into our large flowers on the card. So I'm just going to again take a little bit more pin flare glue, blob onto the back, and stick it into the centres. Okay, then I'm going to bring in again my dry clear glue. I'm going to add a blob to the smaller flowers we've just added on. And I'm going to add 3 little blobs to the 2 corners that haven't got the flowers in. And I'm going to bring in our beautiful bouquets bling box. And I'm just going to take some of the smaller pink ones. I need 6 of those. And then I'm going to bring in 4 of the medium-sized ones. Okay, I'm just going to add the medium-sized ones into the centres of the flowers. And then I'm just going to add a few little dots of glue. And I'm going to bring in some of our sparkling butterflies. I get so many in the pot. I'm just going to dot those onto where I've just added those glue dots, just to finish off. Our card, like so. Okay, and that would then be your finished birthday card. Just think it's a lovely, bright, floral birthday card, perfect for gifting to somebody. As always, all of the products I've used today will be listed in the description box below, and you can shop and buy everything on www.chloescreativecards.co.uk. Thank you for watching. Bye.